We've decided we're going to get the hell out of New Orleans.
This house is all done up for Halloween. Look at that place, I love that. This place is nuts now, I can see why it's so popular.
We've done it. We've gone from LA to Florida.
Welcome back to the channel. We're Leigh and Nick, a couple from the UK. In 2017, we gave up our 9-to-5 lives and bought a lodge on the east coast of England, where we started enjoying life and seeing more of the world. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and join us on our biggest adventure yet as we drive from LA to Orlando on our USA road trip.
Right, so we're walking up to the hospital. Vera's daughters have arrived. They're with her now, so we're going to go and see Vera. And then we're kind of going to go and see the Garden District. And then I think, given the fact that we had a shooting outside last night where some guy got 10 bullets shot into his legs, which was all over Twitter, we found it actually. We've decided we're going to get the hell out of New Orleans.
Unless Garden District changes its mind. We want to see something away from Bourbon Street, away from Canal Street. We want to see the Garden District and some nicer places, and then we'll decide what we actually really think to New Orleans.
But we're still staying across from the road on the French Quarter where all the rough bits are. Yeah. Even though our hotel is actually like 4-star, 5-star, it's smack in the middle of town, and there's no changing and getting away from that. And we don't fancy spending another night there listening to sirens and gunshots while we're eating pizza sat on the bed. So
let's go and see Vera, and then we'll go and explore a little bit more. Right, we are out of the hospital. Vera is doing well. She's been stood up and walking around.
Her daughters are there.
Her daughters are there, so hopefully in a couple of days she will be going home.
Yep.
So we'll keep in touch and we'll let you guys know. So we're going to try and visit some places. Today we are going to go to Louis Armstrong Park first of all, and Nick has some information about Louis Armstrong Park.
So Louis Armstrong Park is basically, it was one of the meeting places where the slaves used to meet in the 1800s. It's now a relaxing park. It's got duck ponds and things like that. It was named after Louis Armstrong, who was the American trumpeter, who was one of the most influential jazz singers in the whole history of jazz.
Apparently it's a very beautiful park, very relaxing,
yeah,
which is the kind of things that we're going to concentrate on today. But we do have to walk along Canal Street to get there.
Yeah, only halfway though.
We're going to try and get some breakfast as well on the way.
So New Orleans is actually the birthplace of jazz, and it came about by an amalgamation of blues and ragtime.
I like a bit of smooth jazz, me.
Yeah.
Smooth jazz.
Some jazz is chaotic.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
I'm not keen on chaotic jazz. I like smooth jazz and things like that.
Piano jazz. We like piano jazz.
I like a bit of blues
too. Bit of jazz Christmas I do as well.
Yeah.
Like piano jazz Christmas. We often have that playlist on Spotify.
Very nice, chilled, relaxing place. Maybe somewhere to bring a picnic or something like that here.
Ooh, I wish we had a picnic.
Yeah, there's no sort of restaurant that I can see or cafe or anything like that.
Mandatory criteria for you that.
Okay, yeah, of course. You're gonna have a coffee shop wherever there's a park or something like that, or at least like an ice cream stall. So we're gonna head out back to the front, look at some more of the statues, and then head over to the Garden District. We're going to get an Uber. You can get the trolley car, but we're just going to get an Uber as we walk to the Louis Armstrong Park.
So the Garden District is actually southwest of our hotel, which is where the French Quarter is.
Nice, our Uber is a blue Tesla. We're in the Garden District and our first stop is this house, which is 1239 First Street in the Garden District. Now this used to be owned by Anne Rice, one of my favourite authors. I've read absolutely tons of her books.
And the films.
And the films. I love the films as well. So this house, she owned it until, I think it was 2010.
when she moved to California
Yeah.
to be with her son.
So this house is also considered to be called the Mayfair Witch House, as it was the inspiration for the location in the Witching Hour, Taltos and the Lasher novels. So if you've read those, the Witching Hour novels, that is the house that Anne Rice used to own and was the inspiration for those novels. And look at the roots of that tree in front of the house. They're completely destroying the pavement and bringing it all up.
So apparently she bought it in 1989 and it remained hers until 2004. However, I've just cross-referenced it with another site and it said that she owned in 2010.
Yeah.
So anybody that knows which one it was, let us know in the comments below.
She has owned a few houses in New Orleans, so you can visit. I think there's about 5 of them.
It's been difficult to track down the history
Yeah.
of them actually. And look at that cypress tree and the roots on the road.
know,
It's
it's
literally
insane,
ripping the garden up.
But this one is the inspiration for one of her novels, so this is the one that I wanted to go and see. And
It does got very, very French with the trellises on the balcony, doesn't it?
it's very. The one he's got here, but it's very relaxing, isn't it? Apart from that, that strimmer.
Very posh.
Upmarket, relaxing.
Look at the size of that.
Yeah. So we're going to now explore the garden district. Hopefully get a little snack for
It's about a
lunch.
30-minute walk from here to the busy area. So we're going to walk down some of the shady streets. We'll show you some of the houses as we go along.
Has a slight feeling of celebration in Florida, like the white houses, the very grand style, and just the streets. Although it's just very peaceful. So they've obviously got a problem around these streets with the roots of the trees, just bringing all the pavements up.
It looks like it's a haunted house from a film, doesn't it?
Yeah, they are
The
the
trees that are kind of overgrown. Look at that nice balcony on the left-hand side.
They are the perfect settings for like witches and vampire novels. The exact kind of thing that I had in mind when I was reading all the books.
Can you imagine like Louis up there, like biting somebody's
Well,
throat?
maybe on that one there. Look at that balcony there.
Oh yeah.
That is one impressive home.
Completely pristine.
Look at the candles outside. Not candles, but like the flames.
It's completely pristine, like it's just set up to be like a show home.
And such a contrast to Bourbon Street and Canal Street.
Yeah. I would highly recommend nobody goes there. I mean, you've got to experience it once. If we'd have done the research properly, which we obviously didn't, we wouldn't have stayed directly opposite. It's perfect for the centre of town, but Bourbon Street is just not for us.
Right, so around here, all the electrical cables are still above ground, which I thought they would have been below, because in the garden district, it's slightly above.
Garden and French are above sea level,
Yeah.
and therefore usually the electric cables go underground. According to our tour guide last night, we're in the garden district now, and they're running above the street,
Yeah,
so
there's lots
it's
of
quite unusual
wires
to
and
have them there.
cables everywhere. This house is all done up for Halloween. Love that.
It's almost got a celebration feel.
Yeah, I was just saying that. It's kind of celebration-y.
Yeah, but a different design, but very celebration feel, like
Yeah.
a bit classier, you know what I mean?
So this is the Elms Mansion. And it's one big mansion with a lot of ground with it. Look at all that. Looks like they use it for events and stuff now.
Somebody lives there.
Yeah. Right, we're now on Magazine Street, which is a 7-mile street filled with restaurants, cafes, bookstores,
It's like
shops.
a 5 or 6 mile road. This it
Yeah.
goes from like that one in that direction is towards Canal Street, or eventually goes back towards Canal Street, and this direction just literally goes kind of beyond and well in the distance.
So we're just
but
gonna
you
have
can
a
just see
mooch.
the vibe difference on here already.
Oh god, yeah. Look at that place, I love that. Unfortunately, it's closed for a private event. Oh, what a shame.
Right, so as we were walking down Market Street, we came across this little place called Boyle Seafood House. It is seafood, all of it. There's very few chicken items on there, but we've decided we're going to share a Creole pasta with a French bread, and I'm going to get a Blue Moon. We've actually decided now, we've walked down here
We might stay.
that there's no crime, no drugs, no loud music.
We have the hotel for tonight, so it seems silly to go when we can just go in the morning.
So we're just going to explore this street now.
Yeah, we'll explore this street, enjoy the hotel tonight, have a drink, and we'll feel better.
Get
about
away
New
from the hustle and
Orleans.
bustle.
Yeah.
If I came again, I wouldn't go anywhere near the French Quarter
You've got to
because I think it's
experience
absolute manic and chaos and
You have
filth.
to experience it, and now I'm glad we have.
Yeah.
Just for once.
This just reminds me of celebration. The restaurants, the outlook, the view, the little terraces. This is what I was wanting from New Orleans, and this is what I was expecting.
This is now what we've got.
Yeah, because when we went to St. Augustine, this is what it was like in St. Augustine. It was more like the Garden District rather than the French Quarter.
Okay, so that's turned out not to be a great place to eat. We wanted some pasta. The server took forever to get to us, and when we ordered...
When I say forever, we're talking half an hour, and all he brought was waters.
And then we ordered our pasta, which we really wanted, and he says, don't order that, it's not good. And we're like, what do you mean? It's like...
There's too many complaints.
It's like we have lots of complaints about the pasta and stuff in this place, and we're like, okay.
Right, okay, we'll leave it, thanks, we left.
So we're on the
If
lookout.
there's complaints about the pasta, then there's something
Yeah.
not right, especially when the waiter is telling you not to order the food on the menu.
Yeah.
So we basically got up and left.
Yeah, we're looking for somewhere else now.
Oh, that's nice.
Right, so we've come into somewhere called the Daily Beet. I'm having to drink carrot, apple, beetroot, celery and ginger juice. I'd like Nick to just try it, see what it tastes like.
It's got beetroot and it's going to be like earthy. It smells like earth. You can keep that thing.
So this place is very modern and not what we're expecting, but I just liked the menu.
I've ordered an Indian curry bowl. I don't know whether it's hot, I don't know whether it's cold. It's a salad bowl, so I don't know whether it's going to come warm or not.
Right, so I went for the breakfast bowl with avocado, eggs, tomatoes, all sorts of stuff. Nick went for a curry and it looks amazing.
They're really sweet.
Almonds.
And the chapati is like it's kind of semi-sweet pancake.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
It's nice and warm and it smells amazing. I've got to say, when Leigh suggested this place, I thought, oh my god, not very New Orleans at all. Very Jimmy. Not Jimmy as in Jim,
As
not
in
Jimmy.
Healthy, yeah. Well, maybe you should listen to me a little bit more when I want to be healthy.
You're in the dark, I can't film your face, which is a damn shame. So we've decided, we've just been talking again over lunch and said, should we go now and get a head start? Because it's going to be a very, very long drive tomorrow. And
We're just going to walk, mooch, and see how we feel.
we're going to walk down Market Street all the way back to Canal Street, go to the hotel and see how we feel. So, although he's changed his mind 3 times in this vlog, we may change it again. So, in hindsight, we would have actually stayed in the Garden District because it's such a completely different feel and vibe down here. There's no sirens, there's nobody trying to sell you something, there's no smells. Because Bourbon Street, it actually stinks everywhere you go because there's rubbish piled in the street. There's no guns been shooting off. It's just been a nice walk, and this road is like 7 miles long, so you could easily come here, just stay in the Garden District and just explore this for like 2 or 3 days. But like I said, hindsight's a wonderful thing. We'll never...
That's a bit loud.
We'll never stay in... Is he taking the piss? We'll never stay in French Quarter again. So we're just going to enjoy ourselves now. We're going to wander back, just have a look, may stop for drinks in some other places. But I was just saying to Leigh, I'm actually really disappointed because we've done a lot of research on this trip, and New Orleans, we thought we were prepared, and we were the most unprepared that we can possibly be.
Parts of the streets, as we've already shown you, are just dominated by these trees. And obviously, I don't know whether they're protected or what, but they just destroy the street around them and like go over and look.
Somebody could fall on that and break the hip.
Yeah, well, yeah. But the trees just go over into over onto the houses and stuff like that. So.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Ghost Manor. Wow.
Weird.
Somebody's done it. Others doing it right now. Doing a lot of effort into that. Oh, they're doing some like weekend things so you can look around. Love it. Looks like they're letting you go around the house and stuff on weekends.
Is it a hotel?
I don't know. I actually think that's the most fascinating house I've seen so far.
Looks like it should be in San Francisco, actually.
Yeah, it does actually. Very San Franciscan, that. Right, looks like we've got to the fashion area with lots of sexy lingerie.
Alligator museum to your left.
An alligator museum to our left. Yeah. And
it just keeps changing. You walk 100 yards and it changes. The vibe changes. Look at this.
Lots of fashion down this one.
Even the bins have got flowers on. Right, we're about 10 minutes from our hotel and you can already see the change in the architecture, the cleanliness of the streets. So where the skyscrapers are that you can see in the distance there, they're on the edge of Canal Street, and then the other side is where Bourbon Street and the French Quarter start. And it's already starting to look a little bit sort of Frenchy here because they're starting to get trellises on the buildings. So we're still in discussion as to whether we're going today or tomorrow. Right, we're back at the hotel. When we called in, we asked the front desk if we checked out today, would we get charged for tonight? And he said, if we check out within the next half an hour, no, we won't charge us. So that's kind of made his mind up for us. When we were driving back, there was a guy driving down the Garden District on was it a motorbike? A motorbike. He was stood up and his shirt was up and he had a gun tucked down his trousers. So that kind of cemented it for Leigh. So we asked and said yes. So the money we're going to get back, we're going to use for a hotel en route. So we're probably going to drive about 5 hours tonight. It's a 10.5-hour trip to Orlando. We will find somewhere en route. We'll just drive until we're tired again. But we're going to check out now, go and grab the car, assuming it's still there because it's parked in like the Tenderloin area, like the roughest area of town, which we didn't know.
Tenderloin, that's in New York.
No, but Tenderloin means like crime and things like that, doesn't it? So we're going to go and get the car, hope it's still there. If not, well,
I'm sure the car.
that'll be like an interesting vlog if it's not there.
Right, we're on our way. We're just currently driving over the I-10 twin span bridge, which apparently is the largest overwater bridge in the world. So to the one side of us, I'll show you now, we have this massive lake, which basically looks like the ocean, but it's actually a lake, and it's huge. And then to the other side, we also have another humongous lake, which again looks like the ocean, but it's just a lake. And then this I-10 twin span bridge, which we're going over. So our first stop is in Alabama, which is to a Buc-ee's. Now, a lot of people told us that we should stop off at a Buc-ee's at some point on this road trip. We have seen people do vlogs there as well, so you can get petrol there, and it's like a humongous, like the biggest petrol gas station that you've ever seen in your life, with gifts, trinkets, and all sorts of stuff, food, and
it's a full supermarket.
Like a full supermarket, but it's a petrol station too. So we'll check that out when we get there in 2 hours and 6 minutes. There's the Alabama state line. We're going to have a welcome.
Yep.
Welcome to Alabama.
Welcome from Google. Welcome to Sweet Home Alabama.
Is that a song?
Yeah.
We actually crossed into Mississippi as well, but we just left now.
Crossed into Mississippi, but we didn't realise we were going to go into Mississippi, and it just kind of came upon us. That is Mobile, Alabama.
Well, I think the Americans will call it Mobile,
maybe. I've never actually heard of it. But Alabama, and we are 22 minutes away from our Buc-ee's stop, which I'm looking forward to because I'm a little peckish.
This is new.
This is a long tunnel.
I wonder if we're going under a river or something. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. There's the end of it.
Yeah, I can see the river on the sat nav.
Alabama Battleship Memorial Park there. Okay, here is Buc-ee's. And Buc-ee's is a beaver. I think I'm saying it right. Buc-ee's, whatever.
Buc-ee's?
He's a beaver. And wow, there's a lot of petrol pump
Keep
stations.
right at the fork.
We do need some.
Let's have a look.
That is one hell of a
Merge
big
onto
gas
Baldwin
station.
Beach Express, then turn right onto Buc-ee's Boulevard.
How many? Oh my god, there's 2 lanes of pumps.
Yeah. So that is the size of the gas station. It's as big as most supermarkets in the UK.
Shall I get gas now before we go in? Or?
Yeah, if you want, yeah.
It's like a Walmart. It's actually got a Walmart car park.
So I was kind of thinking it's a bit excessive. Why have all these pumps? But almost every one of them is being used right at this moment. Right, we just worked it out. There's 240 pumps here.
There are 30 posts.
Yeah.
4 pumps on each, 1 either side. And then there are another 30 in front. So 60 posts with 4 pumps per post, 240 pumps. And when I was driving round,
Yeah.
that one's 227 over there.
And most of them are being used right at the minute.
It's unbelievable.
It's crazy.
What it's going to be like inside, I have no idea.
And there's Bucky's, the beaver.
Isn't there like a big beaver inside?
I don't know. I'll have to have a look.
Right, let's go in.
Right, here we go. Let's have a look at the Bucky's.
I think they might need a trolley.
I'm just saying, I imagine it's just going to be like a supermarket. Freaking hell, it's going to take us all day to go around this full supermarket.
Look how far back it goes.
I know it is. Right, they have lots of little Bucky's dolls and teddies and all sorts of stuff, and a very large one there. They have lots of Bucky's merch back there, hats, all sorts of stuff. They really go big on this Bucky's merch. Cups, mugs, even get a full kind of onesie, Bucky's onesie, underwear.
They obviously recognise that their brand is very popular.
Yeah,
but look at the
cushions.
place is packed.
All sorts of stuff, hoodies, hats, loads. Wall of Bucky's jerky. Absolutely tons of it, all different flavour. Ooh, teriyaki, but that's quite nice actually.
Praline. Poor Vera, she was looking forward to trying praline.
We'll get her some, we'll take it for her.
Right, shall we?
Yep. Bucky's praline,
Shall we get her a chocolate
cookies. What's these? Pecan pralines. This place is nuts now. I can see why it's so popular. Burritos, tacos, bakery. This is like
make your own sandwich.
make your own sandwich and then you just order it and you pick it up somewhere. Lots of different flavors: burritos, beef, Texas cheesesteak,
Veggie,
chicken.
tacos.
I'm getting hungry by the second.
Look at this.
Oh my goodness.
Cream cheese
What
and
the frig is that? Sausage cheese, jalapeno collage. Ooh, Cinnabon things.
I wish I were hungry.
I'm hungry, I can't believe you're not hungry. Sliced turkey and sliced beef sandwiches they're making here.
God, look at the barbecue sauce on it.
Struggling to pick my barbecue sauce that I like. I've never seen as many choices and flavours in my entire life. Another 50 flavours. Oh, and another 50 flavours and a load of meat rubs on here as well. Well, they've got that right, it certainly is. But seriously, every kind of peanut you can possibly have. Coated, sugar-coated, chilled, everything.
The drink station is bigger than most supermarkets in the UK. Starts there for your fountains, all the way down here for all your coffees, iced coffees, teas, slushes down here, and then in the middle you've got all your creamers and your milks. It's a bit like Wawa's, isn't it, but on steroids.
There's so much milk choices, Lee's struggling.
It's taken me a while just to make this coffee. It's fresh ground decaf coffee with some half and half.
I wish I could have some coffee. So we are talking about driving straight through to Florida and staying an extra night in our first hotel. But we'll decide as we get closer because we may get tired and change his mind yet.
Need to get a move on if we are.
Come on then.
Fancy some ice?
We do need some ice actually. Where do you pay?
Well, I guess you take it back in.
Go back in it.
Yeah, $1 for small, large.
We do need some ice.
I got, as I just showed you, some coffee, a couple of gifts for some of our friends who get giddy about Bucky's, and some snacks for the journey. Oh, you can even get smokers.
Navigate to Town Place Suites, Lake Buena Vista, Orlando.
6 hours, 42 minutes, we'll get there at
Head south.
2 a.m.
Let's go to Florida.
So we just randomly entered Florida, like
5 minutes after Bucky's.
5 minutes after Bucky's. I didn't understand Well, I didn't realise.
Well, Google said 4 hours before we enter Florida.
Yeah, so we've actually got 6 hours 24 minutes until we get to Orlando, but we've just entered Florida, gone past the welcome Florida sign, missed it all.
It was a big glamorous sign as well.
No, we're really gutted about that, but we're now in Florida, and just 6 hours 24 minutes to go.
We've done it. We've gone from LA to Florida. Not quite all the way, but we have literally gone all the states.
Well, we've got another 6.5 hours until we get to Orlando, our final destination. Well, in fact, it's not our final destination,
We
but
may stop somewhere else yet.
it's at the end, and then I can start driving. Welcome Centre for Florida is here.
Which Google said was 4 hours away.
Yeah, I think it's that thing there.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look, Sun Pass.
Sun Pass. We're in
Yay.
Florida.
So I'm not sure actually what the Welcome Centre is or what it's all about.
They have one in each state.
Yeah, but
Maybe they sell
there it
gifts
is.
and things.
Yeah. Right, we've just had our final time change of the trip. We've gone on to Orlando time.
5 hours behind the UK now.
Yeah, so we have 3 hours and 19 minutes to go.
And LA is about 2,500 miles behind us.
Volcano Bay just there. Sort of 15 minutes away from our hotel.
How was your nap?
It was nice, man. Kind of.
It's 1:26 in the morning, Orlando time.
So I had a very frustrating experience trying to book a hotel in Orlando for tonight. I went onto booking.com where I found the cheapest sort of decent hotel that we could find. The Magic Key near a Walmart, which is around where we usually stay.
Old Lake Wilson Road.
I booked it, thought I'd booked it, and it went on to verify with our bank. And you know, when you have to verify with a bank, I said yes, and then it went onto a different screen and just wiped everything out I'd done, and
Charged us.
it has charged us. I'm not sure if it's a like a pending transaction or a proper charge, but I
Also put the wrong
also
email
put
address
the wrong
in.
email address in, which was completely none of our email addresses. So I'm not sure whether, you know, there's no email address or anything like that. I've just woke up, by the way. I had a half an hour power nap. So I called and they couldn't find any booking, and he said, if you get here and there's no booking come through, we can still do the same price, which was $76 for tonight. So
Including resort tax.
including everything, all fees and stuff. So 13 minutes to get there, and then we'll see if we've got a room or not. And hopefully, either there is,
I was sleeping in car.
or he'll just do us a room at $76. We're just going. International Drive is on the left.
We'll be passing Premium Outlet shortly.
SeaWorld exit, just going up.
It feels weird, the fact that we're in the same car that we've drove across the entire country in.
Well, from Las Vegas.
Well, from Vegas. And now we're driving on familiar sites in Orlando, and yet 6 hours, 7 hours ago, 8 hours ago, 9 hours ago, we were in New Orleans, and now we're in Orlando. This has actually been the longest to drive, but it's felt like the shortest drive.
It's not been too bad because it's all been one straight road, all the frigging way.
Literally, like 2 highways all the way, non-stop. Never let Leigh book a hotel room, ever again.
We're in the room. It took a while.
It's 3 in the morning.
It took a while, but I did manage to get it for $10 cheaper. So we got this room for $66.
He said he would honour it, then he said he wouldn't, and then he said prove it on the app, but because it's after midnight, it wouldn't show yesterday's search results because it's after midnight.
But we managed it.
So basically, Leigh had a screenshot. Anyway, he did it, and it was slightly cheaper. So we're in the room. We're only in here for
Key
6 hours.
Resorts. We've got about 6 hours to sleep now. I'll show you around tomorrow if I get the chance.
So it's not the one at Old Lake Wilson Road like I thought, but we've done it. We've gone from Los Angeles to Florida.
And
Driven 12, 10 states. I'll get you all facts tomorrow. Right now, I'm off to bed.
so on the next vlog, I'll hopefully show you around here, and we're now in Florida. So we have some Florida vlogs coming. So we are doing some other stuff in like Sarasota and Anna Maria Island, and we were gonna sort of like hold the Florida vlogs back and have them all go out at the end, because we are going to put our usual Florida music intro on. But we've just decided, just to not confuse anybody, so the next vlog will be Florida vlogs.
So the road trip has ended, kind of.
But
There's a little bit more during these Disney days, but the road trip has ended. We've done it. We've got from one end of the country to the other. I will work out all the stats tomorrow and just say exactly how many hotels, how many miles.
So now some Florida vlogs to come, so stay with us. So we're going to be doing some things in Disney, we're going to Sarasota, we've got Anna Maria Island coming up, so lots of Florida fun to come. So stay with us, hit the like button, click the notification bell, drop us a comment below, and you'll see how I manage on little sleep in the next vlog in and around Florida. See you then.
We all know how that ends.
Bye.